Welcome to another Wall Street Informer production on WSI TV.
Hey guys, welcome back into WSI TV. I'm Sean Bauer, Chief Editor of Wall Street Informer on wallstreetinformer.com. Now, as you can see, I'm coming to you straight from my desk here for this episode of WSI TV, and that's because I'm going to be showing you screenshots straight from my personal computer that basically illustrate that the insiders are playing a rigged game. They're like blackjack players who always know what the dealer's holding, and that's why whenever they make certain trades, they're virtual certainties. And that's, of course, why we track the insiders so closely. And today, using the example of a company called Weibo Corp, we're going to see how the insiders are dropping some big hints every once in a while that they don't even know they're dropping. But we're going to use those hints to show you how you can turn quick profits, and not just 5 or 10%, but some big time profits that can happen just about overnight, as you'll see in a second. So let's go ahead and get started. Okay, like I said, we're going to be looking at Weibo Corp here today, and their ticker, for anybody who wants to check out the chart themselves, is WB. But Weibo Corp is a social media platform for people to create, distribute, and discover Chinese language content. Okay, now that's what the company is, but you really don't need to know much about them for the purposes of what this video is showing you, okay? So let's talk about the definition of an insider for those of you who don't already know. The basic definition is any officer, director, or 10% owner of a company. Now that's what you'll get when you look at Investopedia or something like that. But there's also an extended definition, and something that the SEC would care about whenever they're talking about illegal insider trading or something like that. And that extended definition is anyone who trades a company's shares based on information that's not yet public. And as you can imagine, having that sort of insider information is going to be a big deal whenever it comes to trading stock on Wall Street. Because let's say you're the CEO of a big pharmaceutical company. Now, this pharmaceutical company is just going through a trial for a brand new drug they're testing. And if you're one of the first ones to get results of that drug trial, you're going to know which way the stock is going to go almost as a certainty once that information is released to the public. So if you trade the stock based on those results before it becomes public, you know that you're basically printing money for yourself. And it would be naive to think that some insiders don't take advantage of this. But that's why we call these virtual certainties, and why it's so important for us to track the insiders to legally make these big time profits just based on following the lead of these insiders. If they're getting these big paydays, we may as well skim a little bit off the top, right? That brings us to this chart of Weibo Corp. Now, this is a chart that basically just happened a few weeks ago, and you can see it's a short-term chart just from June through basically midway of August. And for those of you who don't normally look at stock charts, if you look down here at the bottom, these red and black blocks, that's just showing you the trading volume. Black is for bigger buying volume, and red is for bigger selling volume. And that's just based on the trades that happen on that given day. And obviously this waving pattern right here is the price of Weibo Corp each and every day as it goes. Now what I want you to look at is this big buying spike over here. It went from $34 to $41 in the span of just a few days. Based on this insider hint that I've been talking about, you could have seen that big spike coming. You could have put in a nice trade and gotten very, very solid gains in just 1 or 2 days' time, especially from this huge spike that took place on August 9th, so just after August the 8th. Now, the big thing you need to know is that Weibo Corp, WB, reported their earnings on August the 8th, right after the market closed. So nobody would have known about these earnings before close on August 8th, but that obviously had a big effect on where the stock opened on the 9th and the performance of WB on the 9th. And let's see how we knew that this was coming for WB. Check out the buying volume increase down here on the days leading up to that earnings report. And again, that came here on the 8th, you can see, but after market close. So nobody, other than the insiders, of course, knew what that earnings report would be, and nobody saw this big spike coming except for the insiders, we can assume. Now what happens is, right as you get to the earnings report date, when insiders know what's going to happen, Of course, their money is going to flood into the trade because they know almost for certain that this spike is coming. So if we track the buying volume up into the earnings date, we can get a really good idea of what's going to happen next, and that's exactly what we did for the members of our premium subscription services, Now, just in this one day, from the $37 on the 8th to the $41 on the 9th, that was over a 10% gain just from buying the stock alone. But imagine whenever you see this coming, if you can do an options trade. If you buy a call option, which gives you massive leverage, that's easily a double your money trade, I would assume, possibly even more. So if you just put $1,000 down on a call option, you probably would have come out with another 1,000 just in a day. And oh, by the way, WeBoCorp has done nothing but climb virtually since then as well. And now it's the beginning of September as I'm recording this. That's why this WeBoCorp situation that just occurred is a perfect example of the power of tracking the insiders and finding their hints that they leave behind without even knowing it. This is the type of money that, as you can see, if you can double your money overnight from day to day, think how fast you can take $1,000 and turn it into $1 million. You may be surprised to know that it's only 10 steps of doubling your money to turn 1,000 into over $1 million. And that's why we talk about this as being life-changing money, and this opportunity provides just that. I can tell you from personal experience that learning secrets like this, learning how to trade stocks the right way using the tools we have at Wall Street Informer, that completely changed my life and turned the stock market into my favorite way to make money. That's why I know that it can do the same for you if you follow the same path and learn the same secrets. Okay, I want to thank you for joining me for this episode of WSI TV. Hopefully it's one that you can take and use right away to start making profits on your own. But for future WSI TV episodes, well, look up in the upper corner of this episode right now, and you can subscribe to our WSI TV channel on YouTube. And whenever you do, you'll get early access to these videos as they come out. But again, I want to say thanks for joining me, and I'll see you next time.
Thanks for watching another Wall Street Informer production on WSI TV. Be sure to visit wallstreetinformer.com, where you can become a member for free and gain instant access to the secrets of market millionaires via the Wall Street Informer Vault. So go ahead and claim this gift for free now at wallstreetinformer.com.